After years and hundreds of software tested, here's the technology stack I will be using to run and grow my real estate business in 2026. This is specifically for long-term and mid-term rental investors who want to self-manage without hiring a property manager, without spending unnecessarily, and without giving yourself daily headaches. Every tool here solves a real problem I've personally dealt with. Tool number 1, for smart banking, AI bookkeeping, and rent collection. So first, let's start with the money, because if this part is messy, everything else is harder than it needs to be. For banking, bookkeeping, and rent collection, I use Baselane. One of the biggest mistakes I see investors make is mixing personal and property finances. One bank account, one debit card, everything lumped together. That might feel simple at first, but it becomes a nightmare for tracking cash flow, understanding which property is actually performing, and categorizing for taxes. What I like about Baselane is that it's specifically built for real estate investors. So each property can have its own bank account and debit card. So income and expenses stay clean from day one. It also uses AI-powered bookkeeping, which means transactions get automatically categorized to the right property and tax category. No more guessing what that Home Depot charge was for 6 months ago. And for long-term and mid-term rentals, the built-in rent collection sends automatic reminders, allows auto pay for tenants, plus you can charge automatic late fees. No more Zelle or chasing payments. And it provides clean reporting. Over 50,000 real estate investors use Baselane to automate their rental finances. And you can join them using baselane.com/Ryan Nork and get a $100 cash bonus. Tool number 2, for communication. This one's simple, but it's non-negotiable. I use Google Voice, so I never give my tenants my personal phone number. Tenants, vendors, agents, everyone gets one business number. That means texts and calls are logged, voicemails are organized, and my personal life stays separate from the business. If you're answering tenant calls from your personal cell at 9 p.m., you don't own rentals. They own you. This one change alone makes your operation feel like a real business. Tool number 3, for hosting and organizing documents. For documents, systems, and training resources, I use Notion. This is where I keep lease templates, move in and move out checklists, SOPs for turnovers, vendor information, property notes, and reminder workflows, instead of documents being scattered across Google Drive, email, and text messages. Everything lives in one organized hub with a super modern user experience. Tool number 4, for project and task management. I use ClickUp to manage turnovers, maintenance projects, renovations, and recurring property tasks. Every property has repeatable workflows. What happens at tenant move out? What gets checked before tenants move in? What gets reviewed monthly? And what gets reviewed annually? This prevents things from living in your head, which is when business owners get kept awake at night. Once it's in a system, it stops being stressful, and you can sleep peacefully. Tool number 5, for listing photos. Because if you want better tenants, you need better listings. So don't be cheap with marketing. Get a social media reel, a 3D floor plan, and high quality pictures. After you do it once, you have it for every turnover. I use Next Door Photos because I love locally owned franchise businesses. Good photos really do 2 things. They increase inquiry volume, and they attract higher quality tenant applications. This means fewer headaches for you, better tenants for you, and less vacancy for your portfolio. Photos are one of the highest ROI upgrades you can make, and most landlords still underinvest here, so you can stand out. Tool number 6, for listing descriptions. I use ChatGPT, but not the generic language or formatting. I feed it the property details, target tenant type, and key lifestyle benefits about the neighborhood. The AI knows the perfect SEO language to use so that your description gets the most views and your property gets rented quickly. So you start collecting passive income. Tool number 7, for items under $10 that save you thousands. Well, these aren't software, but you need them. First, a no trespassing sign. You put this outside any vacant building you have, because if a squatter moves in after you've displayed the sign, they are now breaking and entering, which makes it much easier to have them evicted. And second, a water leak alarm. A small water leak can turn into a 5-figure problem very fast. But this $8 alarm can save you thousands by detecting leaks under your sink, dishwasher, fridge, or clothes washer, and alerting you immediately. So this is the exact tech stack I'm using in 2026 to run all of my rental properties. If you're trying to self-manage, save money, and keep your sanity, systems matter more than anything else. If there's a tool you use that I didn't mention, drop it in the comments and I'll check it out.